What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the water. It is November here in New Jersey and it is getting cold. But before I took the boat out, I wanted to get out and do a few more videos so that we can have a little bit more information over the winter as we're thinking about the summer boating season here in the Northeast. So today we're going to go over practice, and obviously practice makes perfect. We all know that. If you played a sport, you know exactly what I mean by that. You got to practice your craft in order to get good at it. So one of the exercises that I always teach as part of my lessons is all about controlling your stern. And if you watched our slip docking video, you know that coming into reverse and controlling your stern is one of the most important things when you're close quarter maneuvering, especially if it's crowded or we have a big wind or current that we're dealing with. So today we're going to go over how do you practice those skills without being in a marina and playing potentially bumper boats with your neighbors. So I'm going to go out, I'm going to find a buoy that we can use. It's going to be in the middle of the bay. There's going to be no boats around, low stress, and I'm going to teach you how to practice controlling your stern, understanding which way your stern is going to move as you manipulate the wheel. And I'm also going to show you how to practice your K-turns and how you can use just a single buoy in the middle of the water to practice all of those skills. So here we go. Okay guys, so we are out here and we are going to practice understanding how reverse is going to move our stern. So something that I do a lot on my lessons is I'll bring people to a buoy. In this case, we have a no wake can. We're out of the channel, so we're not going to get in anybody's way. And all we're going to do, I have the boat in reverse right now. We're just going to practice going around the buoy in reverse, both ways. So clockwise, like we're doing now, and then we're going to be doing counterclockwise. I'll try to fast forward some of this because you don't need to see me do circles around a buoy, but this is something that you guys can do on your own on a calm day. Get out there and just start doing circles around a buoy. Again, the goal here is to understand when you are in reverse and you're steering left or right, which way does your stern go? When you're in tight quarters, it's really important that you understand how to control your stern. So in this case, again, I'm going to look behind me. When you're in reverse, whichever way your outboard is facing is the way your stern is going to go. So as you can see, the outboard is facing port, and that means the stern is going to go to port. We're coming downwind now, so I can straighten myself out. If I over rotate, I can actually bring it to starboard a little bit, and that'll keep myself straight. Very good. The wind is coming from my bow right now, so I know I can get pretty tight on the downwind side of this pile, or not pile, but buoy, and not get blown into it. So I'm gonna start my turn here, come up, and the wind is off my port beam right now, the left middle side of the boat. I'm gonna steer towards port, bring my engine upwind. Now I'm starting to climb wind. Very nice. And I'm just going to keep doing this. And again, then I can go counterclockwise around. You can do figure eights around. But this is a nice way to be able to get comfortable with how your stern is going to move, especially into the wind and when you're getting blown by the wind. And there's nothing you can hit out here. We're totally safe. So after you've done that a few times, and to get myself out of here so I don't crash into the buoy, I've also talked a lot about a K-turn, and a K-turn is a really valuable way to learn how to turn around in a very tight lagoon or marina. So once again, you can use your buoy out in the middle of the water to practice your K-turn. So all I'm gonna do, again, I'm gonna identify where the wind is coming from. You can do a quick cast, conditions, aim point, speed, and safe zone. And in this case, again, as I'm oriented right now, it's coming off my right stern quarter, so the right back side of the boat. So all I'm gonna do is I'm going to come up, I'm gonna reposition myself here. I wanna get my bow into the wind. And again, just like in the K-turn video, I wanna use all of my lagoon. So I'm gonna get my bow all the way up. I'm almost gonna touch the buoy. So here we go, wind is off my starboard beam right now, starboard bow. My bow is climbing that wind, climbing that wind, climbing that wind, climbing that wind. Very good. I'm going to use all of the lagoon. Okay. I'm going to start my reverse. I'm going to steer hard to port. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of juice because that bow has to fight up against the wind. I want the bow to come to my starboard, come to my right. I feel like I've done that. I can come back right. Good, I can give myself just a little bit. And if I'm coming too close, no big deal. I can do one more K-turn, so hard to the port, reverse, give yourself just a little bit. Now that wind is off my port, it's gonna start pushing the port side towards the starboard, the left to the right, and now I'm out. And again, if you see how close or the distance that I turned in, it's about the length of my boat. You do not need a lot of room to do a K-turn. So that's one way you can do it. Another way you can do it is in reverse. So once again, I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna reset myself here. Let's get the boat around, and I'm gonna do this K-turn in reverse. So let's say I'm approaching from this direction. Again, wind is off my left beam, so my port beam. I'm gonna imagine that I'm coming into marina or a lagoon. I'm gonna set myself up kind of in the middle of the lagoon here. Okay, cool. Backward, neutral, and I'm gonna put my engine right on the buoy. So I'm gonna steer towards the buoy. Again, whatever way my engine is going is the way that my stern is gonna go. So now I'm coming upwind, good. I can put myself forward, hard over to starboard. That's gonna push my bow to starboard. Very nice. Once I feel like I've cleared the buoy or the lagoon in your imagination, I'm gonna put it back in reverse, bring my stern over to port, climbing upwind. It may take a second. You gotta counteract the momentum of the wind. If you need to give yourself a little bit in this situation, you can. So I'm gonna give myself a little bit. You can see with that little bit extra momentum, my bow really starts to come upwind. My bow starts to come to the right. My stern's gonna go to the left, my bow is gonna come to the right. Once again, I have successfully turned around in a very small area. So you can go and you can practice that and imagine yourself coming into your marina, coming into a lagoon. Imagine that the buoy is the bulkhead or maybe a pile. Get your bow or your stern, depending on which way you're doing it, right up, hard over, and then go ahead and pull out and do your 180 turn. I call it a K-turn. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's a good way to describe it. It's a really powerful tool and a way for you not to freak out as you get into close quarters and you start seeing all those boats around. Get out there, practice, learn how to control your stern. It is so important. There's no excuse for not practicing. You're not going to get good unless you get out here. Thanks for watching.